Hey everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to take you into my pantry and into my refrigerator. As I mentioned last week, I'm partnering with Sprouts, showing you some of the affordable plant-based options. I super love Sprouts. It is my one-stop shop. I get everything from there, and today I'm going to show you some of my absolute favorites that I keep stocked in my house all the time. We're starting with my refrigerator. La la! I will admit, I'm going to be very truthful, that I cleaned my refrigerator, especially for you guys. I wiped everything down and it made me feel good. It's a good practice to develop at the beginning of the year to make sure that all of the expired food is thrown out and that you just start the new year off clean. And so what I'm going to show you are some of the things that live here all of the time. We try not to buy a lot of produce because we're so fortunate to live near the grocery store and I can walk there, and I don't want to get in the habit of having too much food waste. So we buy what we think we can use, and when we notice we're running out, we'll just take a quick walk to the grocery store. I know that that is such a privilege. I've not always been in that position. So I definitely encourage you to buy what you can or to focus on frozen in addition to your fresh produce, so that if you do run out, you can go to your frozen food. So some of what I have this week, I rely a lot on these frozen veggies. These are the ones that I like to buy. I buy the broccoli, I buy the corn, I buy the mixed veggies, and they're bell pepper and a green bell pepper. Stuff you can do with those are put it in a pasta, put it in a chili, in a stir fry. Lots of options. You can make fajitas. I'm going to use this in some sandwiches. I have some plant-based deli slices in here. I also have tofu. This is the Sprouts brand of extra firm tofu that we use all the time. It's good in a tofu scramble or in a burrito or marinated with your favorite marinade. And Paul really likes tempeh, so we always have tempeh available as well. And as I mentioned last week, avocados are 2 for $1. I keep them in the refrigerator and take them out one at a time to ripen so that they don't go bad. It's saved me so much money. Avocados can be very tricky. With these, I'm going to throw them in a soup or pasta. Haven't decided yet. And I have this leftover from last night. I didn't wrap it better because I know I'm going to use it so quickly and it'll be fine. Then up here, I have some Sprouts multigrain bread. When I was looking for this bread, I wanted to make sure that it was vegan and that also it had low sugar. Paul eats a whole foods plant-based diet, and so he's very particular about his sugar intake and doesn't eat white flour and all the other things. I love this one. It actually reminds me of Michelle and her late birth father. He introduced us to this brand and this particular flavor, and it's really good. I highly recommend it. And then we always have some berries this week. These were the best deal, so I'm doing blueberries. Then some Vegenaise for my sandwich. And Sprouts has a lot of their own brand. I got some basil pesto that says vegan on it, which is really cool. I'll throw that in some pasta. And got some capers here. I'll probably use that in a salad. And with no sugar is why we choose it. And of course, sriracha. We have a ton of hot sauces up here, including a Sprouts dressing. And then this is the butter that I use, as I mentioned. And here I have some carrots, some leftover cabbage, green cabbage, and then in here I have some broccoli. I love these reusable bags. I've been using them for years now. And you can see the broccoli in there. And then this is leftover pasta from last night's dinner. Some cream cheese and sour cream. And I'm not going to show you the whole pantry because it's not all of my food and I want to be courteous. So I'm going to show you our bulk staples that we usually have. I always have a ton of space and we will use them for sure. I love that Sprouts has the no salt added to the beans, so it controls the sodium. We have a lot of these types of cans too. Salad, I found a recipe for a Greek salad, so I'm gonna use these Kalamata olives in there, and some pasta sauce, and this looks. And then this is where I spend most of my time cooking from. They're my pantry staples, and I get them in the Sprouts bulk bin. You can get beans, chickpeas, nuts, split peas. I usually have brown rice and quinoa, but I'm currently out of quinoa. I ate it all last night. And I have all my flour stocked in there and sugar, definitely nutritional yeast, which you can buy in bulk. And I have the Sprouts reusable bags that I share. This one says Natasha because that was the name of my yeast from when I was doing sourdough bread a lot. I don't know if you remember that, but I got into a sourdough phase, but sadly I killed poor Natasha. And I also love fresh food, so I go in and get fruit often. Paul eats so much fruit. I get bananas, I get mangoes, I get citrus fruits. These are pears, which are in season. I ordered last week, and that's what I use when I'm stocking up on these things. So it helps eliminate the plastic, which I love. And I got most of these from the thrift store. As you can see, they're all random. They're like different, and some of them are just in Tupperware. I always have tons of onion and garlic. Lots of garlic. I'm getting ready to eat that. It's been ripening, and yeah, so this is what I always have stocked. If you enjoyed that and found it helpful, I know that there's a lot of pressure to keep your refrigerator really fully stocked, but if you want to save money, buy only what you need. Make sure you have a meal plan. Make sure that you're going to use what you have. Don't feel this strong pressure. Hope you enjoyed that and found it inspiring. I know that it can be really tricky to decide what you're going to buy and how you're going to make your meal plan, and there's a lot of pressure on plant-based people that we put on ourselves mostly to buy all of the produce. But what I like to do is realize that I'm shopping for only 2 people and focus more on the pantry staples than the refrigerated staples. So you saw the produce that I buy. I usually stick to having a lot of onions and garlic that will last, and then a few things that are in season or on sale, like the bell pepper and the zucchini, and carrots usually, and celery. And then I add to it from my pantry staples like beans and rice and quinoa and all of that stuff. I'm so thrilled to be partnering with Sprouts this month to show what is affordable and plant-based there. They are really accessible. I also think that they're so welcoming. I love everything that they post online, so make sure you give them a follow. I'm tagging them right here. They're also doing this awesome thing, which is giving away a year's worth of groceries, and I would love to be the recipient of that personally. I know that is the ultimate plant-based on a budget, getting a year's worth of free groceries. Oh my gosh. So follow the directions that I'm overlaying on this story, and I hope you win.